Check 1, 2, check 3, 4, 5. Let's roll.
Mic check, mic check. All right, we're good.
Let's fucking go. You are listening to the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitting for it, cause you all cap like. Hold up, I shoot my shot, wait, hold up. I'm really about to run this go up. You know it's all net when it go up. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand.
And welcome. It's Wednesday morning. It's hump day. And this is the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. And I'm your host, Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy. And the guy at the controls today moved from the couch to behind the controls. And that's Mikey G. Good morning, Mikey.
Good morning, Troy. It was a little rough getting it set up this morning, but here we are. We the ends justify the means, I suppose.
You did it. We're good. That's what matters most of all. We're
Yes,
good.
sir.
We're good to roll. What didn't roll very well, and I was thinking about you the whole time. Of course, was the Cleveland Cavaliers on Tuesday.
They got rolled.
Like,
Dude, that was embarrassing.
That was pretty bad.
That's the first time as a Cavs fan where I was just like, what the fuck, man? Like I can genuinely say I didn't watch. That's the first playoff game of my life I didn't watch from start to finish. It just got to a point where it's just so pitiful.
Was that at 17 points, 27 points, or 37 points?
I think
wasn't that the finish by 37?
Yeah, was the finish.
Fuck.
Yeah,
dude.
I know. That's just how you know they had given up. Like all mental will was pretty much stripped away at that point. I don't know what point total it was. All I know is what I was watching was there was no effort. Like they were just throwing the ball around, turning it over, missing shots, wide open shots. Like I'm not gonna watch that. If you're not gonna try, why the fuck should I spend the time to watch it?
Yeah. I'm one of those people that I hate losing more than I love winning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if I can extend the pain, so to speak, and make and prolong the point in which it's just going to be finished, which would mean like winning that game, but coming back and that is super, super rare for a reason.
Yeah.
But I like push. that's not really in me to really give up like that.
It's not
very
either, yeah.
very often. And any of the times I've ever done that in my life, even though they weren't things that were consequential,
Mhm.
it still made me feel a certain way that I didn't like.
Yeah, well,
You know
of
what I'm
course.
saying?
I mean, who the fuck likes to lose?
Well, but like but giving up.
Oh yeah. Giving
That's
up,
what
like,
I mean.
Losing's
I
one thing. It's
mean-
different to lose and just give up, like without not
Yes,
even
that's
try.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean there. 100%.
Yeah. And who bounced back last night? We were cooking some really beautiful steaks on the grill, like really beautiful. And they were ridiculous, dude. 2 pieces of meat, 1.4 pounds was like $43.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean, for a good steak though, like
That's high end.
yeah,
That's
like
a lot.
that's worth
I
it.
could have got the same thing at Costco. I just didn't want to drive to Costco.
Yeah.
I got it at Sprouts.
Okay.
But I do have to say, because it was 100% grass fed, and so to me that means, I could be wrong, that when it doesn't just say grass fed, when it says 100%, then it was finished grass fed too.
Yeah. Mhm.
You know, the whole way.
Yeah.
And was there a difference? That's probably the first time I've had that size steak in a minute, because that
Yeah.
had at 1.4, and Dawn's had to be 6 or 8. You know, so mine had to be at least 10 ounces. And I easily ate the whole thing. Easily.
Yeah.
That's how good it was.
And I bet you weren't hungry again for the rest of the night.
No, actually, that's weird that you say that, because I actually was.
Wow.
And that's
Protein like that is so
I can't even tell you
satiating.
about my, yes, it is, but I can't tell you about my appetite here recently, where, you know, I've struggled some days just getting my protein in. And then a day like last night, man, I hit all the markers perfectly, and then probably exceeded a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was very good. And so out on our little patio, I do have a TV outside,
Mhm.
and then I can see in the door and see our big TV in the living room as well. So I had the basketball outside, because I wasn't able to start it from the beginning. I don't know why. And the hockey, I was able to start from the beginning, and like then speed through commercials and everything,
Mhm.
and do that and catch up and watch the whole hockey game. So yeah, we watched both, cooked a beautiful dinner, and the Vegas, just phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, that says a lot about a franchise. I mean, if you could do things back to back, obviously that is always huge. But it's big. 3 times, right? 3 times in
Yeah.
the last 9 years. And I don't know any franchise that's ever done what they've done as far as getting to a finals in their very first year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was incredible. That was like unprecedented for sure.
Yeah, never happened.
Yeah. I think what I think is a combination of that, as well as that draft, that like expansion draft, there's a lot of players that are up for contract too, like good players. So like whenever you have these expansion drafts, I don't know what the exact amount, but you always have you have a safe list of players that they can't draft, and
Right.
then everybody outside is up for grabs. And I think that it might have just been a good timing thing for them, to where when they were coming in the NHL, a lot of good players were due for contracts. So instead of just paying them the money, like they let them get drafted, and that's how like they had this good crop of talent. But they also you can get the players, but the culture to buy in like that year one, to get people to believe, hey, it's our first year, but we can win this whole damn thing.
There's something solid with the organization that you're able to do that, twice more. This,
Yeah.
this being the 3rd time
Yep.
in 9 years, that says a lot, not just about the coaches, but about who's running the team and how well they're running the team.
Yeah, absolutely.
mean-
It's like it just shows functionality. Like everybody's, like I said,
Yeah.
everyone's bought in. Like, you have competence in the front office. Like
Exactly.
egos have to be put aside when you're working towards a common goal like that. And I'm sure there's a lot of people in that building that have egos. So to be able to do that, it's tough.
And they did a phenomenal job. I just very impressed with them. Although I'm still leaning towards the Hurricanes beating the Canadians and that being the matchup. And then I'm going to be rooting for kind of the Hurricanes. I don't know if I really, because I don't really have a dog in the fight in that way. But I just felt, and I've shared this before, that I just feel like they're kind of due. That they've just put themselves in a great position, over the past couple of years too, to this be their year when they make that big step.
Yeah, I have
cool.
I have a friend who's recently gotten into hockey, moved to North Carolina, and he's a big Carolina Hurricanes fan. But so that's probably who I'll root for. I'm also like, as much as I don't mind the Golden Knights, like they're a good story, it's still a Vegas team, and I'm just like, whatever, because everybody keeps fucking moving to Vegas, and like they have the money, so the marketing's there, blah 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 blah. But I don't like when they just move somewhere because of money. So I like the Hurricanes just because they've been close, and they're just a better team to get behind, in my opinion, in this time around.
Yeah, but that's going to be great. It's been great all the way around for sure. So what else did we have in sports?
Thunder and Spurs. Thunder, or they went up.
Yeah, I was expecting that bounce back 3-2 because I'm expecting them to win. Actually, I think they're going to finish it out on Thursday night.
Yeah, I mean,
I just do.
They have to. It's going to be in San Antonio this game though, right? Because they're up 3-2, so it should be game 6. Yeah, so if San Antonio wins tonight on their home court, then they got to go back to Oklahoma City, and that's where I think the toughest challenge. If the Spurs make it that far, that's where I think the toughest challenge is going to be.
I do like and have liked, since most sports have changed from the 2-3-2 to the 2-2-1-1-1 format.
Mm-hmm.
It just, I mean, it was almost not beneficial to be the better team under the old format, because if the visiting team could snake one game, just one of the two, and then they're going to have 3 in a row, starting at game 3, that
it's
made
a tall
it
task.
tough. That made it tougher. This is just more fair.
I agree
like that they've done that.
I think that format's better.
Definitely better. It might cost them a little bit more in flights and stuff. I don't know.
I don't think they're hurting.
But
for cash.
to have a better product, that was definitely a good move for that. Other sports stories.
I mean, there's the Yankees won 15-1. I mean,
do we have any on our list?
Not on our list, but we can
don't
talk
have
about
anything on our list. All right, that's all right. Your Yankees.
Hey, I gotta sneak them in every once in a while. Represent.
It's all right. It's all right. Baseball is all over the place right now. It seems like
there's it's just because it's such a long season.
And down is up, and
it's just such a long season. So much can happen, and like the fact that it's like 90% mental, really, and 10% physical. I think that allows a lot more room for streakiness.
Who was it? Is it the Phillies that were doing so poorly and changed managers?
A couple teams.
It went but the difference in record is like complete turnaround.
The Phillies have turned it around.
Who's the do you know the manager of the Phillies?
The new manager, I can't think. It's probably a interim manager. I can look it up real quick, but we'll see who the.
But I think that might be the one that I was thinking of, because it was such a. It was like the team was like 5-19 or something, or like just horrible. And then
Don Mattingly.
Yeah,
because he was their bench
coach. Who I was.
So
it was the Phillies I'm thinking of.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how can you not love Don Mattingly?
I love it. I mean,
he's a classic. When
Yankees
I was a kid.
fan
just
here.
A good dude, right?
Couldn't help. You'll get no arguments from me over here. Plus, he was the manager of the Marlins for a long time, and he had them. Some years they just flat out sucked, but for the most part, he had them overperforming all things considered. I mean, we know the Marlins haven't, outside of when they first started their organization, like they haven't really seen much success since.
Well, Philadelphia actually has talent.
Yeah.
They just weren't
Doing shit. Yeah.
playing to it.
Yeah.
You
I think he just lost the locker room.
Yeah. That has to, like, what else explains such a turnaround like this? This is not a turnaround from sucking to, 500, like under Mattingly, like they're, I don't know, 16-4 or something. Like it's a huge swing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that, that's pretty cool. All right. So that was some of our sports, what we had for today. We got a bunch of topics lined up. What do you want to hit next there, brother? What's on our list?
We can do the Al Green story or the Al Green video here if you want to start out with that.
We could do that because this guy is such an asshole. Al Green, representative from Texas, and if you've been under a rock and you don't know that Texas has done a lot, has done some redistricting in there, and what you had here is in a primary. You had Al Green going up against another incumbent. So you had two incumbents going up against each other because for one of the incumbents, basically that district is being eliminated.
Yeah.
So the district's eliminated. They're both going for it. The other guy was Menifee, who's, a little bit younger. He is Democrat. He's likely to win. This probably isn't going to be one that the Republicans switch, but they did get rid of one seat that way. The other seat is gonna lean Republican for sure. At least what you get here with this Menifee is that he's not so crazy.
Yeah, like Al Green.
It shows a little bit. Like, what is that dude gonna do now? Because he's old. Like, is he just gonna find a rocking chair? Would somebody hire him for something? Because he's not very smart.
I agree.
I think
he's one of those things where career, like all his eggs were in the career politician basket, and anything outside of that, he's kind of fucked. I've really never heard of this guy's name other than when he's been bitching about something. Yeah, that's it.
You're just not going to hear, Al Green moving on to XYZ Corporation in a new position there.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a thing.
The biggest issue I have with him too is like he just he never adheres to decorum. Like whether it's like the attire or how you're supposed to just conduct yourself in that specific setting, it just seems like he just uses those opportunities as a way to just yell.
He definitely is a representative of the radical Democratic wing of the Democratic Party, which has, had a lot of control over the party. So it was kind of nice to see one of those particular people like that go down in a race.
Yeah, I agree.
And he did. And, here was one of his antics that he gotten scolded for previously.
I will start her up here.
Yeah. There's nothing.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the volume. Give me 1 second here. This is a computer. Sorry.
Yeah, there's no volume whatsoever. He was acting a fool, being escorted out.
Yeah, it's the computer audio just isn't playing for whatever reason. I'm not 100% certain on that. My apologies on that.
Okay. There was a swing and a miss.
Yeah.
But again, President Trump has very recently in other primaries had a lot of success in who he has endorsed and did again yesterday. And one of the other very, very big ones was of course what's this? What's it doing now?
It's the ad. We gotta
or what? I know, but what's after this? That we're
That was just the end of the video. It just
Yeah, we
stopped
don't
playing.
need that. People don't need to see that. That doesn't need to be on our thing because who cares?
I agree.
No, I mean the screen in total. That
Yeah.
was at the yeah. That's better. Just remove it altogether.
Sure.
But the other one that was a big race in Texas, also in Texas, was Ken Paxton versus John Cornyn, and Cornyn has been a side in has been a thorn in the side of President Trump, and that's what you're seeing now too. These guys that are getting eliminated in these primaries are very butthurt, and now in any vote, where at least they would vote with the Trump agenda a majority of the time, now they're just being pricks. And that really shows a lot about their character, being such pussies and poor sports, because obviously their constituents made another choice. And you should honor your other constituents at the end of your term if you're being eliminated and saying they didn't want you, dude. They wanted the other guy, but yet you're going to be a prick and vote a certain way or make things difficult, not just for President Trump, but for the Republican Party as well. That's just bullshit, man.
Yeah.
That's just being a scumbag, human being there. You lost. Suck it the fuck up. You're another dude that's old. Run again if you want to. I'd rather see you just, go off into the sunset. You've been around long enough that you've pocketed some good money other than your congressional checks, right? You've gotten paid off. All right. Just, if you're married, I don't know his marital status. Don't really care, but just, go off into the sunset and enjoy life. That's what the people are telling you.
Yeah, it kind of fits with the status quo of how they act when they lose. Is they're sorest losers. They always have been and they always will be. And they're all about America. They're all about democracy. Whatever it is that they want to say until they lose, then they just act petty and just do shit just to do it. Just to do it.
Yeah, I mean, Trump didn't back you, and in fact, I think Cornyn for most of the time had been leading in the polls up until the end, and I believe Cornyn outspent him 9-1.
Holy fuck!
So again, this idea that money is just buying these seats, or money bought Thomas Massey's seat. Thomas Massey took in a shit ton of fucking money too.
Yeah,
the other side took in more. But there was not a 9-1 gap.
Yeah.
Okay. There was not a 9-1 gap. And in this case, there was a 9-1 gap. But the, Attorney General of Texas now will be the senator of Texas. It looks like. You have that other weirdo dude, Tallarico, who will be his Democratic opponent in November. But if you just look at the guy, he looks normal. He does not think normal.
Yeah, when he opens his mouth, it's not normal.
No, not exactly the kind of values that I suspect run through the blood of most Texans. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I know they would love to start turning Texas purple, but
yeah.
The Reds doing a pretty good fight down there in Texas.
The Red Army is strong.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, they are. Some other people that we had, we had some. It's crazy, like the most radical mother. Oh, that chick that we showed the other day.
Which chick?
That crazy chick with the pink sunglasses.
Oh, the one who was saying to turn the prisoner, like make Zionist prisoners or something like that.
Yeah, and to turn the ICE holding facilities into internment camps.
Yeah.
For Zionists.
Very Hitler-esque.
Yeah. I mean, a whole lot. It was so crazy that so many Democrats came out against her, but yet kept their mouth quiet in that Virginia race last year, where it was the guy who did win and become attorney general. I can't remember his name, but had made like crazy comments about killing the family of his opponent or wanting them dead.
That I don't even remember hearing that.
You didn't?
That's crazy as hell.
Oh yeah.
Is that like recent?
Yeah. That was last election in November. Virginia Attorney General race 2025 controversy. That's what should pull it up for you. Yeah, but they didn't. They just pick and choose. You know what I mean? Like what that wasn't bad enough that guy said, and then you have this Graham Plattner now in Maine. He's saying all kinds of stupid, crazy shit, including having a real Nazi tattoo.
So so with this guy, he was texting people saying that.
Yeah.
That's even crazier.
It came out. Yeah, it's in writing.
Yeah, like
there's no his side, her side, dude.
Yeah, what the hell? Here,
what was his name?
J. Jones, it looks like. Mr. J. Jones. Here, we'll pull it up over here.
Yeah, that dude was just... But they wanted that off. The Democrats wanted that race and that office so badly that they didn't. They wanted him to just weather the storm, and they wanted the office that bad. So they didn't care what he said.
Yeah, but like
a lot of people called for him to drop out of the race.
Well, they should have,
except not Democrats, really.
And actually, now I'm seeing his face and I'm hearing the name. I'm actually starting to like kind of draw back some recollection of this. The fact that that's the thing with the Democratic Party is it's whenever they have these scandals, like you said, like it's okay. Like you can say, oh, it's a Republican. I'm going to kill his family, and I guarantee you, there's a lot of probably Democrats that agree with him. Like they were okay with him saying that because you know how they are.
Sure.
They're the way they say it's in the name of protesting, but really they just like it's their own way of violence to show violence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, this guy, you know, he actually wins, and then this woman that just says dumb shit, dumb communist like shit and racist shit.
Yeah. Well,
against Jews. That was when they decided they didn't want her brand of crazy. That they had enough.
Well, those sunglasses alone had me like, because I was like, oh, those are pretty neat glasses. But then when you look at it, or you look at them and then you hear her talk, and you're just like, it's like a warning almost that she's giving you. What was it? It's like Marjorie or Maureen Galindo. Yep. Maureen Galindo. That's who it was. So yeah, Texas. And has she pretty much like double back on that, or she still double down?
Matter. She lost yesterday.
Oh, okay. So it's whatever.
She lost. Point.
Okay.
She lost in the primary.
All right.
But she had been leading in the primary.
Probably until she said that. If I had to guess. Well,
something like that.
Do you think that's the reason why she lost?
Oh, yeah. Because there were actual Democrats that already are in the House of Representatives. Mm-hmm. That actually have a backbone and a spine, mm-hmm. and said if she were to somehow get elected, on day one, they would have a vote to boot her out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, even if you get in, we're getting her ass out. Anyways, okay, so she was fucked either way.
Yeah. And I even Hakeem Jeffries, who's such a fucking pussy, even he condemned her remarks, you know.
Well, I guess maybe everybody should say maybe they do have a line. It might be much further than ours, but maybe they do have a line. I'm a little surprised.
It's pretty low.
Yeah, definitely or lower than ours. Yeah, but I'm surprised by that. Honestly, I thought that they would just kind of just because she is a Democrat, they would still just one of those sweep under the rugs type of situation where over time people just forget that she says it, and then we just fucking move on to whoever we're pissed off at next.
Well, and I think it matters too. Do they have somebody waiting in the wings that can take that place and potentially win? And if they do, then they're okay with eliminating that person like they did her. And if not, they don't have anybody, then they're going to ride or die with them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what's going on with that Graham Plattner race in Maine, is the governor of Maine, who got into, some verbal back and forth with the president. You'll remember over transgender shit and stuff, and even in the Oval Office, you know, he attacked her. It was it was a beautiful thing.
It was hilarious.
It was. She was running for U.S. senator, and so for her, you know, she ended up dropping out, and so they just have Plattner. And even though he's a terrible, terrible person, a terrible candidate, they're sticking with him. Some are not getting too close to him, except for Bernie Sanders. He just did a rally with Bernie Sanders, and well, why wouldn't he do? You know, if you're a communist, you know, socialist, why wouldn't you do a rally with Bernie Sanders?
Just for the name alone. I mean,
well, maybe you wouldn't because you're a Nazi and Bernie's a Jew, but
well, I'm more or less in that specific region of the country. I mean, Bernie Sanders walks very tall around there. I mean, he represents a lot of their views. I don't agree with it, but he's a big name really in politics. So just even to have like his endorsement for that side, that's when I can understand why they would maybe put put like anything that had some what do they call them? Like ideas like they had beforehand about him, but they would put him aside.
Yeah. Preconceived.
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Me and my uneducated self.
Hey, we learned a thing or two along the way, okay?
Yeah, I have, I think, maybe.
But yeah, we got this Graham Plattner story, if you want to kind of go over that a little bit.
Yeah, so the part of this, well, I will say this about Maine. My only interest in ever going to Maine is to be able to go down on the wharf somewhere and a restaurant that's like literally on the water and eat cheap lobster.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I maybe like a long weekend in Maine, just one time in my life.
A little cozy weekend.
If it doesn't happen, I'm okay. If that doesn't happen, it's not really super high up. But that would be the only reason I would ever go to Maine. Honestly,
I'm right there with you. I mean, they got some decent blueberries. I'll give them that. They got
blueberries.
They got some.
I didn't know they were known as a blueberry state.
So they got some decent blueberries.
Okay, I like blueberries.
But I'm with you on the clam chowder and the lobster and stuff. Like
blueberry cheesecake sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like cheesecake, but I like blueberry cheesecake, which is fucking weird. But yeah,
for sure. So this is the guy that again and the cover up of his tattoo is terrible too, just absolutely terrible. And this is when it shows you that sometimes just because someone is a vet doesn't mean they deserve your respect. This guy, things that he said about other vets and, you know, his online comments, the dude is just a scumbag person. And it's going to be, it's actually going to probably be a very close race.
Yeah.
It's going to be a close race.
Yeah.
Susan Collins is the Republican there, and she does lean. Of all of the Republicans in the Senate, she is in a group of about 4 that lean the most moderately or even liberal to the liberal side in the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Yeah. True rhino. Republican in name only, because that's not how it's not how she votes. But I would, as a conservative, if those are the two choices, I'd rather have her, and she's a pain in the ass, but I'd rather have her than see them elect this guy.
Yeah, lesser. I mean, in what you see as a lesser of two evils in that regard. Yeah, I mean, that's
and
what
people just have to accept that with politics. That is just politics.
Unfortunately, people always want to say, "Well, this is how." Yeah, we understand in a perfect world, this is how X thing should be, but we're not in a perfect world. We're in the world of politics. Sometimes you got to fight your battles or pick your battles.
Yeah, look, I still don't know to this day. The one vote I really, really regret is my vote for John McCain. I do not like John McCain. I've never liked John McCain. And living here in Arizona, I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks about John McCain. I do not like John McCain. I don't like his family. I just do not like him. And I did pull the lever for him. I wasn't going to vote in that presidential election.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, I was going to vote, but I was going to leave my choice for president blank.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, because I didn't want to vote.
Yeah. You didn't have, you didn't like either one.
I didn't want to vote for Obama.
Yeah.
And I did end up, you know, with some nudging from some clients when I was in the financial business, like, it sucks, Troy, but this is what we got to do. This is, you know, we just have to.
And it made more sense to you than the other side.
I still hated it. Like, I still hate it today. You can tell. I still hate it today. So I understand and I get that feeling. But at this time, it's even more different than other elections, at least in my lifetime, that we cannot let them get control at this point. I mean, I'm not saying a Democrat can never be president. I would be okay if one never was. But we cannot give up control of both houses. You know, we need to keep one of the two houses, either the House or the Senate. We got to keep at least one.
Yeah.
You know, or we're in deep shit because these people have already indicated what they're going to do. I mean, actually, internment camps for Zionists isn't as crazy as it sounds because so many of them have said, you know, similar things or re-education camps or just coming after you and making your life miserable.
Yeah.
And you know, free speech laws. You don't think that they would be all for the type of speech laws that they have in Europe right now that are causing all these problems? That somebody can just say something that's just kind of innocuous and they get arrested for it?
Yeah. Well, it's just funny because the other side, they're thinking the opposite. They're like, how the fuck do we take control? How do we get it back? So
that's all they care about.
That's all they care about. And it's funny, like the difference, like we want to hold it, but we're looking forward. Like how we not only how we can continue to keep it, but what we can do to make this country better and how like set the next candidate up for success. It seems like they're just doing whatever they can to tear people down and just talk shit and just basically do what they always do and just bitch. Like they don't have an agenda. They don't have an agenda at all. Their agenda is to complain, and then they just assume if enough people complain, they'll get what they want. Like that's kind of what I've gathered throughout the course of my life, really.
And it's even beyond that, where I would say that it's just not complaining. It's just hate.
Yeah.
The spewing of hate.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember having many conversations with people on various sides about policies during the Obama administration. We talked about his policies.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't attacking him personally. You know, and on the other side, I don't feel like we were being attacked in that same way either. Mm-hmm. That we actually had discussions about policy.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just not a thing right now because they don't really have a list that you can look at and say, this is what we believe in.
Yeah.
Now, you know, there are obviously people out there that don't like the Republican list. But we have one. We have a list of things that we stand for and want to achieve. And I don't see anything other than, and everything is about, and Republicans need to be careful about this, that you don't want to get caught up in a race where you are doing the opposite of what they're doing, where they're doing nothing, not talking about policies at all, not talking about education, not talking about healthcare, but where they're just talking about just elect me because I am going to go and oppose Trump. That's what I understand their platform to be right now.
Mm-hmm.
And as a Republican, you don't want to have a platform that is solely, I support whatever Donald Trump says. I think that's a mistake too. You could say you support him and, you know, are behind the agenda, But you can also, again, add specific things that you want to see go forward. You need to have some policy ideas.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be for energy. You know, I think energy would be another good one now. Besides affordability, I would put energy up there now because you're hearing more people like the last 2-3 months. And with all the talk of all these data centers and everything, people are talking about energy. And it's not just electricity. These data centers use a shit ton of fucking water.
Yeah.
You know, and how do we put these I just want to know, how do we put these data centers out west when, you know, water is already a issue very high up on the list?
Yeah.
You know, that maybe that's not the best
best
one to do, you know?
No, I agree. That's been like one of the big things too, especially in Chandler nearby me. I mean, they're upset about a data center that's going to be put up nearby, but it's pretty much, it's too late. It was kind of stupid. They had like this meeting to talk about it, but there's nothing that could be done. Like the contracts had already been signed. Construction was already on its way. So I'm not too sure what. Maybe they were just like, we'll let you vent about this, but we're still doing it. But yeah, it's just like, it's going to be right in the middle of Chandler. People are talking about the noise, the factor, the electricity that's going to use, water, everything. Like the entire impact it's going to have on the people around them. And honestly, like I understand those gripes 100% because we talked the other day about how AI is making things more expensive, such as computer parts and the materials for it. So now, what if it starts making things necessities like electricity and water? What if that now becomes more
already
expensive?
Jacking up people's bills?
Yeah,
you know, and even if to me the solution is small nuclear type power.
Yep.
That company sets up and pays for, and if they have extra, they can send it to the grid, you know, or something like that. But then when we resolve that problem, I have a serious problem with the way that it's an invasion of privacy. As an American, I have a right to travel to anywhere in the country, and it's even worse than this is becoming worse than tracking people and where they go by the pinging of their cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
It's getting worse than that. We already accepted that. So nobody thinks anything about it. It's okay. Now they're going to be able to move, and what they're doing in Chandler is kind of a test area where they're going to be able to zero in on you. And they're going to be able to, the license plate, and potentially with the license plate information, put the two together. Is the owner of the car that's listed, is that the one in the driver's seat? And compare AI photos between your driver's license and that. And then if it is, they know. And then track literally everywhere you go.
Yep.
Everywhere.
That's why I'm like kind of against.
I'm like, are we really ready for that? Are we willing to give that up? Because we've already given up a lot.
Yeah.
And they, you know, are we just too far now? We're just fucked.
Yeah.
Nobody cares because you're worried about, you know, putting gas in your tank, and you're not worried about this.
Yeah. I think it's all the above.
My liberty and my freedom is as important to me as putting gas in my tank.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
No, I agree.
That's just me.
No, I'm kind of with you on that. Like that's why I'm kind of against. Well, there's a lot of reasons why I'm against electric vehicles, but one of them is being all the technology that's in them. That alone just makes the price of the whole vehicle more expensive, and then maintenance and everything because of that's going to be more expensive. But the ability to track you, it's one less way. It's less privacy.
Not just track you. They would literally be able to shut your vehicle down.
Yep, wherever. And that, like those scientists that have gone missing. Imagine how much. Imagine if every single person in the country had electric vehicles with that ability.
And you know what the answer is going to be? Well, even if we only save one life.
Yep.
That's what you'll hear.
Yep. And they try the morality war of it. They're going to try and make you feel bad.
Just one life.
Yep. No, I agree.
In fact, I don't know. Did you see that, like, pretty much right now, everybody is announcing that they're pretty well done with all electric cars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, Honda's shutting some shit down, and I think I don't even know why they went through with it. Whatever money they had invested in it, they should have just taken it as a loss. But instead, I guess they're going to try anyways. But have you seen the new electric Ferrari?
No.
Okay, you got to pull up a picture of the new electric Ferrari.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's blue. I don't know what all colors they have, but the picture I seen was
Like
blue.
it's 2026, I'm assuming?
I don't know. 26,
okay.
Just new all electric Ferrari. Yeah, this isn't a hybrid or anything. This is all electric. Supposedly it can go around 330 miles. Pull the picture of the blue one. Right corner there, you got it. Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. Sorry, they're trying to get me to pay. I don't want to pay. There we go.
We got another one?
Yeah, this one is not making me pay. There we go.
All right. And then the screen for everybody. There we go. You see the Ferrari badge there.
Well, here's my issue is with,
all right,
especially maybe not just Ferrari, but I forget. I want to say it was Chevrolet that recently made an electric car in which the sounds were fake, like the engine noises were fake in it, and I was like, this couldn't be any gayer. Like, why would you put fake engine noises coming out of a speaker on a car? That's more maintenance and more bullshit you don't need, but it's not real. Like, that's not. You like muscle cars because you can feel it. You can feel the engine. You can hear it. Like all of the sensory things that it involves. But I don't know. I think it's pretty fucking dumb for these things. I think muscle cars and luxury cars should stay just that as they are.
Well, I think all cars should. I'm not against hybrids at all, but all electric cars is very limited, and there is only one company that is profitable on the electric cars. Now, you could say, well, GM is profitable. Yes, they are as a whole company, but their electric division is not profitable. In fact, it's taken a tremendous amount of money from their profitability to prop it up.
Yeah.
And if I was a shareholder, I'd be like, your job is to make me money.
Yeah.
That's your job.
Yeah,
that's what you should be doing.
Well, I think
it's not. They had no choice. They were actually creating shitty cars just to meet certain fuel level requirements.
Yep. Yeah, and that's where I think that it's being this whole like electric vehicle trend, like this turnover. It's being rushed too fast. Like we said this most when Biden was like, "Oh, by 2030, everybody's going to be driving electric vehicles," and this was like 2023. He was saying that 2022. There's no possible way. Like financially, you can't.
We don't have the electrical grid.
We don't have anything for it. So like them trying to rush this, and then halfway in between, pretty much everybody realizing that they have no fucking infrastructure in place for this to sustain. And then now we are where we're at, where companies are taking hits. They're shutting down their production of electric vehicles. Like they're making business decisions that are basically a result of that.
Yeah, and truthfully, like I said, Tesla is the only profitable electric company. And not only that, I think Tesla is the 4th or 5th most profitable. They're in the top 5. It's either 4th or 5th most profitable car company of all car companies.
Yeah.
Not just electric.
Yeah.
Electric, they sit alone. But in the bigger world of, cars being sold, it's Tesla. And this almost even looks a little bit Tesla-like.
And
a little bit like a Lucid too.
Yeah.
But you see the badge there. And at least the one thing I hate about Teslas is the rims. Why can't you put like real rims, like cool rims?
Yeah.
On an electric car? Is that something that can't? Is there something I don't know about that prevents that from happening?
There's a lot of things manufacturing wise that come up when you bring up questions about Tesla, especially like I don't know if you remember, it was a big deal like a couple years ago. Is when Trump was campaigning and Elon was behind him, so they're shitting on Teslas. But we're bringing up how it looks underneath the hood and everything like that with the welding joints and everything.
Mhm.
It was not obviously it passes the test, but the craftsmanship and the detail is lacking. So like I think that maybe like that's where they cut corners in order to have better vehicles like for what they're doing. I don't know.
You know, I don't think anybody's asked him, and so we don't know. Remember, Trump had a Tesla, and he was going to let people in the White House drive it and stuff like that too.
Yeah, I remember that.
Does he still have it, or did he give it back?
Let's figure out. I haven't heard.
Yeah, while you're doing that,
that,
I want to say this, but well, I want you to make a guess, and you know that Ferraris are not cheap in general. Okay, how much do you think the all electric Ferrari is?
I'm gonna say over 100,000. Oh, more than that? It's more than 100K. What is going on?
It's
200K?
a Ferrari.
300K for this thing?
640,000.
What the fuck? Who like? I don't know. Like, if I'm spending that much on a car,
Dude, I don't know who's gonna buy this.
Yeah.
I don't see rich people buying this.
Well,
You got to be kidding me. It wouldn't be that. You know, there are other. If you want a status symbol, there are better Ferraris than this all electric Ferrari that's 640,000.
I 100% agree. And again, if it has the dumbass speakers that put out fake engine noises, it
I
is
do not know.
100% about way better than that. But let's see.
640.
640,000.
640,000.
Fuck that. So it does say Donald Trump kept his red Tesla Model S, reversing his initial decision to sell it. I didn't even know he was wanting to sell
because
it.
when they got mad at each other, they was fighting.
yeah. Forgot. He's like, I'm gonna sell my Tesla. Yeah.
Billionaires throwing insults at each other.
Yeah,
it was
for
awesome.
real. Yeah, and remember, think about that's how you get back at somebody instead of just like back and forth arguments. Like, I'm gonna sell that fucking $80,000 car you gave me. Like, fuck you. Yeah, he still got it. So maybe
That's interesting.
I can't. Is
there a date on that?
It just says as of 20 March 2025 he purchased it, and then it just says as of 2026 he still has it.
All right.
Because of the temporary split completely mended by early 2026. So now he's keeping it.
So he's keeping it. That's just fine. I don't care. I was just curious because I get curious about things. You know what I mean? Because it was a story, and why don't they ever follow up on shit like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you made it. You're the ones that made it a story. Does Trump still have it? I thought that was an interesting question.
I'm actually gonna see if he's letting people drive it. If that's still going on, because I am curious. So yes,
probably let Carolyn Levitt take it while
get the fuck out.
No, while she's on leave.
Or whatever. Yeah. But it does say yes. White House staff are still allowed to drive Donald Trump's red Tesla Model S. That's pretty cool, though.
You got to sign it out? Like, is there a clipboard?
That's actually a good question. Actually, I didn't know.
How do you get permission?
And I didn't know this part.
You just ask, hey, anybody got the Tesla Thursday night? I'd like to take it.
Y'all got the keys? I'm going to need that.
Mm-hmm.
But it does say, and I was not aware of this, because the Secret Service strictly prohibits sitting U.S. presidents from driving on public roads due to safety protocols, Trump explicitly bought the vehicle with the intention of letting others use it. So, like, imagine that being like your perk of your job. Like, like you get to drive Donald Trump's personal vehicle around just because he's not allowed to. So somebody should be able to drive it. Like, that's a cool ass perk. No, you don't pay for gas.
That's a cool boss.
That's what I agree as well. And he buys you McDonald's. Hell yeah.
Right.
That would probably be my least favorite thing about it. But any boss that's gonna buy me lunch, McDonald's or not, I'm okay with that.
I know that from personally.
Yeah.
I know you're okay with somebody buying you lunch.
Food is a very I'm very food motivated. Always have been.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm actually meeting a client to go to a different culinary dropout.
Oh,
a different location.
They got more than one?
Oh yeah, dude. There's a few of them around.
Huh. I thought there was
3
just
or
like
4.
one.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
There's like 3 or 4 around here.
Damn.
But this one is in Scottsdale. So we're meeting my one client that's from Denver police officer.
Broncos fan?
Angelo. I don't know if I've ever asked him if he's a Broncos fan. Probably.
That's what
he's been there a long time. He's been in Colorado,
Well, just out of curiosity, maybe figure out if he is.
I'll ask him at lunch today. But that's why I'm not, I'm actually wearing a nice golf shirt today.
You're ready. You're dressed for the occasion.
We're going to Scottsdale.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta look.
You know what I did last night?
What's up?
And I don't have videos for you that I'm gonna let you use.
Oh, great.
Unless I put on some pants.
Oh God.
Something. But yeah. Oh, looking at my swing. We went to Santan Highlands and I hit, I don't know, 60, 70 balls, something like that. It was an 80 bucket. I didn't even finish the bucket because I took a little bit longer in hitting them.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to set each ball up and start from behind the ball. And I used to have a routine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You have be hitting the ball, build that routine again.
And just to be clear, we're talking about golf, correct?
We're talking golf.
Okay. I thought you maybe.
Yeah, dude, I haven't golfed. I haven't golfed in like 12 years.
Yeah.
And I was from high school until right around early 40s.
Okay.
I was like a super regular golfer.
Yeah, that's the opposite of me.
Yeah.
I've never really gotten into it. My swing's a bit shitty, how we'll say. Not good.
I hit, but it was in me. Like 1 out of every 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I'd pure it and I'd be like,
fuck yeah.
thank you. Just like I can't be like totally suck. And I think I might do some lessons. I think that I'm going to do that. I've done that a couple times in my life.
Yeah.
Where just to help get me kind of on track a little bit, somebody else to have a pair of eyes to see what I do. The other thing that's harder and adjusted to it is just bigger around the chest.
Yeah.
Now, and where the club used to sit in front of me and
having to adjust to that
in the turn and stuff like that. But I did feel really good about hitting balls. It's totally stupid.
What's up?
A couple of years ago, it might have been right before we moved here. So it might have been 3 years ago. I re-gripped every club in my bag. And then even though I re-gripped them, I still didn't play. I bought a new bag and still didn't play. I bought new shoes, which I wore yesterday for the first time. I probably had them for 2.5 years and still didn't play. But those grips, just from natural heat, moisture and stuff, one of the clubs, even though they look like they're brand new and they really haven't ever really been used, man, the 8-iron when I was done, man, it looked like garbage. It's falling apart.
Yeah.
I got to have them all redone again.
That adhesive melting in the heat and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. I've never been one to really get into golf like that, but in turn, what you were talking about possibly getting lessons when I was still working at the bank, I used to do tons of deposits for guys who were like teachers, like golf teachers.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm assuming you would like to go to Scottsdale for it. And
Dawn bought me a gift certificate for Christmas.
Okay.
For the TPC course.
That's what I was getting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And that's where I used to stay, is the Fairmont Scottsdale Princess when I first came out here 26 years ago and started coming out here and visiting. And I would golf there, obviously, too, amongst a bunch of other great places, because this is one of the greatest concentrations of golf courses and great golf courses anywhere in the country.
Yep.
So yeah, I did that. And I one of the best lessons I ever had was from there. And he not only, he was a PGA pro, but not like a touring pro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he would step on the ball in a sand trap, literally step on it, and I was able to get it out with his lessons.
Nice.
Like that was probably the best year I ever played out of the sand. And that is something that you do. I mean, you do in the North and Midwest.
Yeah.
But here,
Yeah.
Dude, there might be as many sand traps on one hole here as there are on a whole 18-hole course
Yep.
in Northwest Ohio. You know what I'm saying?
I've even like I've gone to like even some dinkier golf courses. Like it's quite literally you pay like $15 and you have access to like it's like 9 holes. I want to say it's something Stripes, but it's nearby. I like supporting it because it's just a local place. But even on that little small golf course, there's so many sand traps. Like, and I'm assuming that's because it's used more for training and lessons, so that you can have the opportunity to be in those situations more. But I agree, like, there's just fucking sand traps everywhere, and you maybe it's just because sand is so readily available out here. Like maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but I have noticed that as well.
And you know and I love them. You know what Dawn saw, because we haven't seen one in probably a year. When we got up to the tee box on the practice range was a Roadrunner.
Really?
And she says the same thing every time she says a Roadrunner. She can't believe they're that small. She expects them to have like legs this long, like the Roadrunner.
Yeah, the cartoon.
Like the cartoon character, and no. But they're cool birds, man.
Yeah.
I think they're cool as fuck. And I love seeing them run around a golf course, especially.
I agree. I've seen one Roadrunner in my entire life, and it was while I was at work. I was at work.
This one?
And it just hung for whatever reason, and it hung out by our branch. And like, so, in a lot of those bank branches, they have a lot of just open glass windows, you could see him. And it was just kind of neat seeing him just not like, I guess, in his element, but not so much. You're in the middle of fucking Chandler, but it was just cool seeing him that close, and you could get close to him and kind of look at him because he can't see you through that tint in that glass. So I was able to get like a up and close personal look at him, and I was like, I don't know where
it's really cool when there's a few of them together.
Yeah, that I haven't
three
seen
together. That's cool. That's mostly been on the golf course, but actually in our subdivision, I've seen them in there.
Okay, wow.
But
yeah, to me, I thought it was like,
but
desolate.
Not on a regular basis.
The idea is that you'd think it's in like a desolate desert type area, like they wouldn't be around people, but I mean they are. You see them all the time, I guess. Well,
with the way people are coming, what other choice do they have?
Yeah, you're gonna have to adapt to the concrete jungle. Unfortunately, sorry about that one. Hey, I can't. You know what? I can't answer for it. All I can do is apologize for it. Sorry.
It's all good. They're surviving. I don't think they're endangered at all. But cool bird, for sure. So I don't know why I was talking about golfing, but yeah, we did that last night. That was kind of fun. Looking forward to doing it again.
Do you want to move on to Emmanuel Lacho and his comments? Gotcha. Sounds good.
So back to the story about Jackson Dart and him just basically announcing the president at a rally. And the rally was for somebody else. The rally was for some congressman, I believe.
Oh, it was? I thought this was for Trump. So it's like
Trump was the guest there supporting it,
okay.
Like how a president, will come in and campaign for you. It was like that.
Okay.
It was like that.
Okay.
But this is written by Ian Miller for, isn't this Outkick?
This is, this is Outkick. This is
Outkick. Mm-hmm. And Emmanuel Acho saying basically that, I guess that for certain political views, to share certain political views, and he really didn't share any political views.
No.
What he did was just introduce the president. But if to do that apparently you're supposed to get permission from everyone else. Now, I don't remember, people that black people that supported Black Lives Matters. I don't remember them going to white people, on their team and saying, getting permission.
Yeah.
Permission? What motherfucker would have to give permission?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Why the fuck would you need to?
And you don't.
First of all, you don't pay my salary.
And it's so funny because when they talk about John Harbaugh being the new coach of the New York Giants, John Harbaugh likes Donald Trump.
Yeah. Like you're barking up the wrong tree there.
He likes Donald Trump, and he's spoken at certain events, and people didn't like it and gave him shit for it because he's anti-abortion. He's pro-life.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh is, and how dare he? And the University of Michigan should just get rid of him. How can you have somebody like that? Oh my God, these people. Few stories have generated as much interest conversation as that involving Dart and President Trump.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. And basically you had Abdul Carter basically confronting the situation in public. And to me, the big thing is you shouldn't do, at least not first. The first thing you should do is come to me. If you and I can't resolve it, the second thing you should do is go to the coach, and whether he'll mediate or appoint somebody else to mediate and come to a resolution. Okay. And then the last thing you should do is then, going public and attacking a teammate publicly. Most coaches preach, and most good players who are captains preach, hey, yeah, he shouldn't have said that. That stuff needs to be kept in-house.
Yeah.
Because the media is going to run with it and say all kinds of things, and you don't need to help them and give them easy shit, and I think that's what this does. But I don't have any problem with Jackson Dart's views. I also don't have any objection to Abdul Carter's, to him. They're his views. He's entitled to them. But it didn't need to involve everybody else and didn't need to be made public. It's certainly not the first step that you make.
Yeah.
I think that's just dumb. And I think that will be something that if it hasn't been, it has been addressed by
it's definitely
coaching staff and management.
For sure.
Because they did have a conversation after that. But yeah, if it's Donald Trump, y'all have to get permission. But anybody else can say whatever, the fuck they want, basically.
Yeah. Did you see what happened what Boomer Esiason said about this whole situation? So Boomer Esiason had an interesting, basically the same take we had, was that at the end of the day, regardless if you voted for him, regardless if you like them, it is an honor to introduce the president of the United States.
It's an honor to meet them.
Exactly. And so to condemn somebody for doing something that very little people on the face of this planet will ever have the opportunity to do is a weird hill to die on, because think what if that was you? Like, you might, it's easy to sit here and say, oh, I wouldn't do X thing, but what if he was asked to introduce a president? What if he did put his biases aside and introduce Donald Trump? Like, I know it was a joke when I said the other day that, Abdul Carter was jealous and that's why he said it. But part of me feels like that could be the thing, is that, maybe it's a limelight thing. Just one more thing. Jackson Dart's a quarterback, he's barely been here. I've been here and I've had more of an impact than he has in this time frame. Like, why should he get that honor and not me? Like, I feel like there's some ego involved when people say shit like that.
Yeah. And then I think it's kind of racist to make the comment that was made about, that's Ole Miss because he, had played for Ole Miss. But the truth is that, like, that's not where he started his career. Yeah. He started his career at USC. Yeah. Okay. So, and that's the other thing we haven't talked about. Have you seen that where the one Democratic idiot said that black football players should avoid playing in the South, because of voting rights being taken away?
I haven't seen that.
There's no voting rights that have been taken away.
Yeah,
but no, that was a thing too. Like, you think you mean to tell me you're going to expect some black kid from Miami to give up the opportunity to play wide receiver or running back or something like that at Alabama?
Yeah.
You expect him to give that up?
No.
Because how many players have been able to go from Alabama in just one season as a starter and go right to the NFL? where if you're playing for somebody else, you might need to be on the field for 3 seasons to get the same look or that you do for people, because it's just what Alabama's known for. But and what is it that they should believe? Do you have a list of policies that they should believe in? Because none of us are 100% aligned.
Yeah.
None of them. So which are they supposed to oppose President Trump and the war in Iran? Are they supposed to oppose Israel's right to exist? What exactly are they supposed to, if they decide to do this? Well, I got an offer from Alabama, but I'm not going to take it. Nope, I'm not going to take it because of XYZ. What's XYZ, man?
Yeah.
Most of these, 20-year-old kids, I mean, how old is Leo? 24, 25?
I think he's 27.
27. He's getting up there. You're both seeing 30.
Yeah.
Soon, yeah. But, younger guys in their 20s, I have Brendan, my employee, great young man. He's conservative.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't always typically find that. And even Leo, when we started, he must have been 25 when we started. That must be it. Even he's into it more now than he was, or understands more now about what's going on politically.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he went from caring on a scale of 1 to 10 from a 1 to a 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And that's probably being generous, but it has moved up.
Yeah, for sure.
It has moved up.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing necessarily, that as a young person, that's not the first thing on your mind.
Yeah.
It's not. You just see young people at these left-wing colleges and woke colleges, doing that. A whole bunch of other people are just worried about, how do I pay my loan?
Mm-hmm.
How do I get a job, within 3 months of graduating? How do I begin to pay this back? Am I going to live with my parents? Am I going to be able to afford to move out on my own or move in with someone else? They're just worried about getting started in life, man. And I totally respect that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, what do you expect of these college football players? That's if you're an athlete and you want to be involved in the moral issues of the day, that's fine. But it's not a requirement. It never should be a requirement.
Yeah.
Jordan never did it.
Yeah. He was doing other things that he liked to do.
And others have.
Yeah.
Even in coaching.
Yeah.
Popovich is one. Steve Kerr's another one. Some of them you'll hear things regularly on a political side. And people, since the press knows they'll answer those questions, our press will ask them those questions.
Of course. Absolutely.
But I got to tell you, I don't remember ever, not with the Cavaliers when I covered the Cavaliers, and not now as I've seen him coach the New York Knicks. I have no idea what Mike Brown's political views are. I don't.
Yeah.
And he may have shared them and I just missed it.
Yeah.
That could be too. But if that's the case, he's not a regular doing it for sure. Because I know who the regulars are. I just fucking named them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They make it known that they're regulars, 100%.
Right.
And then kind of touching back to your point where you were talking about what do you expect these 20-year-olds to do in that situation? Well, here's the first thing is they always, and I've noticed this pretty much my entire life at this point now, but they always want you to sacrifice something that you've got going on in the name of their mission.
Oh, very well said. That is actually perfect. Mikey G with the big boom on the comment this morning there. Yeah, that's an excellent way to put that. Say that again, because I think that we need to let that sink in with people.
So one thing I've noticed throughout the course of my life is that Democrats always want you to sacrifice something good that's going on for you in the name of their mission.
And that's exactly how it is.
Yeah, whether it benefits you or not.
Yeah, the people that are asking for it, what are they sacrificing?
Exactly.
What are they giving up?
It's like I think of it as like, when you have a group of friends that they're daring you to do something, like you're a kid. They're daring you to, you won't do that, and you do it just to prove them right. or prove them wrong, but then you're the one that has to face the consequences of it. You get in trouble for doing X thing by your parents or the property owners. Like, you're the one that has to face the issues. Like,
Or it's your leg that breaks.
yeah, your leg, like something, you deal with the consequences of it. In this case, it's giving up millions of dollars. Like, fuck you. I worked my ass off to get here.
Well, and a lot of these, kids, especially today, and I would say over the last 20 some years, I mean, when I was a kid, football, there might have been some youth football, but it was very, very rare. It was like you didn't really start playing football until 7th grade in junior high.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you did play like we did, we were like, you would have a couple of older high school kids, juniors or seniors, just go through the whole town and rally up a bunch of kids who barely had any pads or helmets, and certainly not legitimate ones. Yeah. And we'd go to an open, abandoned yard somewhere. Okay. It could be raining and all kinds of shit, but I think they even dyed T-shirts for us one time. They had T-shirts where that was our uniform, dude. I know, but where we beat each other up on a couple Saturdays a year. That was it. And you were in 5th and 6th grade to be on that, in that group and doing that with somebody else's older brother that was on the football team or something like that. But especially for the last 25 years, maybe a little bit longer, but last 25 for sure. There's youth football that they start them way sooner than I think they should. I'm all right with 5th and 6th graders to some extent, but 3rd and 4th, and then concussions, being the thing. I kind of like that, flag football is kind of a thing. Yeah, I agree. And I'm not against hard-hitting sports. I love them, but the kid that was the biggest kid in junior high usually was not always the biggest kid in high school. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Somebody passed him. Yep. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. And just different sizes and, whatever you're going to role you're going to play. But, yeah, so these kids have been playing for a long time now. That didn't used to be a thing in football. Mm-hmm. And you played other sports, and you played baseball and basketball, but then it got to be specialized, and you started playing basketball year round. Yeah. Baseball, you had spring ball, then you might have some tournaments in the summer you travel to. Then you had fall ball. Mm-hmm. And then start practicing indoors at some, some college location.
So you just named my schedule from age fucking 11 till 18. That's all I would do is I honed in on baseball because I loved it the most. And it was spring with high school, then summer travel ball with whoever team I was playing with. Then that same team I was playing summer ball with, we would enter a fall ball league, play that. Then winter, we go indoor, we train. Then it starts all over again. Yeah. And I loved it.
But football, you didn't really have it like that, or at a younger age, because you can do that with a 5-year-old and a soccer ball, because every kid can kick a soccer ball. Yeah. But you can do that. But football is just different. But still, you've got these kids that have dedicated their life from the most of any generation so far at a very young age, and see that, as a way out in their communities. It used to be like that with boxing. Yeah.
Fighting was your way out.
Why did you fight? Why did you box? Because you wanted to make money. You wanted to get the fuck out of wherever the fuck you were. Yep. And not just in the United States. That was shithole countries all across the world too. Just wanting to get out and just.
Yeah. It just takes on a different form. Do you know who, are you familiar with who Inky Johnson is?
Yeah. Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah. He didn't know. He was the one. He played for the Volunteers, the Tennessee Volunteers. He's the one that he had a career-ending injury while he was still in school. Here, I'll pull up.
Sure, he didn't play for the Cincinnati Bengals.
He was going to be a first-round pick, and then the last year before he was going to enter the draft, 2 games left in the year. Who
am I thinking of?
Is it Adam Pac-Man?
Oh,
Jones?
probably. You said Inky?
Yeah, Inky Johnson, but it's like Inquarious Johnson.
Okay, and I was
I'll pull it
thinking
up
of
here.
the Icky Shuffle.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
You don't know what the Icky Shuffle is?
No. Yeah, I'll just pull it up for you real quick.
Yeah. I don't know why.
So this is Inky Johnson.
I have seen his story.
He has a crazy ass story.
Yes.
Basically he was essentially, like I said, a couple games away from making the NFL, and he was going to be a first round pick, like it was guaranteed. And he had a hit that he was playing against Air Force. He had a hit where it basically separated like his shoulder from like his spine, and then like it broke parts of his spine, and like he had all this internal bleeding. So like not only did he just lacerate all the nerves in his right arm, but he was almost close to death. Like he had internal bleeding. Like the doctor came and was like, we have to rush him into surgery, or else he's gonna die. And then they told him, they're like, hey, you've lost complete control of your right arm pretty much. Like you're unfortunately never gonna play again. But what I love most about him is that he had that. He didn't let this defeat him. Like this is just another obstacle in a hard, tough life. And the reason I brought him up was because he slept in a house with 14 people. And one night out of the week, he got a bed, 4 people at the top of the bed, 4 people at the bottom of the bed. So like him, like, yeah, this fucking sucked, but he refused to let this be the end of the road. Mm-hmm. And like listening to him talk is like saying like, what are you going to do about it? Like how, what's the next thing for you? It's all about perspective. How are you going to respond? It's all about perspective. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to just roll over and let this beat you? Or are you going to use this and leverage this for the next chapter in your life? And that's why I love listening to him talk.
Yeah, I have seen his story. It's been a while, but yeah, that's great stuff because I love stuff like that.
Oh yeah, sports and great stories are always they're fantastic.
Now, just because I said it, you have to look up the Icky Shuffle, right?
Yeah, yeah. Let me pull. It's called the Icky Shuffle.
I'm pretty sure.
Icky Shuffle. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Icky Shuffle. Oh, they did ladder. It's a dance?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. I see here. So we don't necessarily.
That's so funny.
We gotta get these.
Yeah, I didn't make it up, man.
I know. All right.
He was a big boy.
Big boys are usually the ones that have the best dances for whatever reason. I don't know why.
All right.
See here. Icky Shuffle. See if we can get. Oh, it's about a minute long. Oh, there it is. So it's just him just going back and forth. When he scored a touchdown, just
each side. There it is.
There it is. Okay, and I'm guessing just because he was good.
2 steps to the right, 2 steps to the left, and there you go. I was confused. Yeah, it's Icky Woods.
That's hilarious. I know that
Icky Woods and Inky Johnson. What names?
I know. His real name, like Inquarious Johnson. It's I don't know how you come up with that. That's a difficult name to come up with. But I know this was tough, given any sort of credit to. Well, they showed the Steelers there.
Yeah,
giving any sort of credit to the Bengals. So I appreciate that. What a guy!
There you go.
He must. Well, I say that was well received then, because I mean, you saw modern day players that were still doing that.
Yeah, it's a classic, man.
It's like, why hasn't the electric slide made it that far then?
Oh, dude, people still do the electric slide at weddings.
No, I mean like in football, like or no, what was
too long.
The Chicago Bears one? That was the one that they did. The dance that they were famous for, right? The electric slide. Or something like that. There was a dance that the Chicago Bears were like super popular for, and I can't remember what it was called.
Well, ask.
Let's
now
see.
We're at the end of the show. 2 people are watching, maybe not.
I didn't even realize it was 10:27. Wow. I was just having so much fun. All right, Chicago Bears.
Chicago Bears.
They don't have official dance team or cheerleader. They're one of the. Oh. All right. I don't care about their cheerleaders. I could have swear it
famous Chicago Bears dance done by players.
Oh, it's just a shuffle. The Super Bowl shuffle. That's what it was. The Super Bowl shuffle. Here, let me pull up a video of it.
Well, they had a song.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought they had like a whole. It was like a whole.
Yeah, but they did a video. Yeah. And you know what really is bad to do? Good thing they fucking won.
Yeah, because doing all that.
It's really bad
ass,
when you do all that kind of shit and then lose. That is a bad thing. But that was a bad team.
Well, those 85 Bears, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were a bad team.
It sucks. We have zero fucking audio.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Leo about that after the live stream here.
Yeah, the Super Bowl shuffle was as much about the song than just moving back and forth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, you just get a little bit. Yeah, so they are talking about it.
Right.
But at least I scratched that itch though. But that's what the first thing that came up to my head was the Bears having the most popular football dance of all time, and then why hasn't it become more commonplace? Like you see they still do the Dirty Bird to this day.
Yeah. All right. What else we got? What do we want to finish up with?
Well, I'll give you your pick. We have the Spurs fans and low cut tops. We have Jason Kelsey's rant about the NFL season schedule being released. Tom Segura's comments about California liberals, and then warnings issued to Alabama doctors.
Yeah, we'll do that one Friday.
Okay.
So let's finish up with the sports one. What was the sports one you said first?
The low cut tops. So
the low cut tops.
Okay.
I mean, come on, dude.
You want to hear Jason Kelsey talk?
Friday. So this is just funny that they just made a big deal out of this.
Well, I guess I'll save it. I'll save it for when we get into it here, because
couple of chicks were had some really good seats right behind the bench during games 3 and 4, and in San Antonio, and they got some attention from the cameraman.
Yeah,
and others.
Shall we scroll down and
apparently,
reveal?
Yeah, they'll say they'll be back to it.
Well, here's the thing. There we are. So here's the thing.
Those are big, dude.
I was like, I made a guess, and I was like, what are the odds these two chicks are OnlyFans stars? And what do you know?
They said influencers.
What do you know?
Are they OnlyFans? Does it say that?
I personally looked it up because I was like, first of all, they're hot as fuck, but they're also, I was like, there's no way that they're not OnlyFans stars in this, because this is what they do. Like, that's
really smart marketing.
It is,
honestly.
Like,
that's really fucking smart.
There hasn't been as viral moments in this because it wasn't a playoff game, but there's been moments where OnlyFans stars they'll pay for those sideline tickets right behind the home team, whether they like them or not, and they'll dress up in their let's say their Sunday best is what we'll call it.
Okay.
They'll dress up like that, and then next thing you know, their subscriptions are shooting through the roof.
Of course.
It's great marketing.
Of course, especially if you get somebody to talk about you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially with as much attention. Yeah, this is the picture. That's the one. Like, as the cameraman, he's got to be like,
oh my God.
He's just got to be funny. Like talking to these people back in the control room. Like, should I keep doing this, or like,
that's got to be just because, you know, when players come over for a timeout, he's standing up facing the bench.
Yeah.
That's got to be like
distracting.
Jesus Christ.
That's I'm like, I'm trying to fucking do my job here, ladies. Like, if you could just tone it down just a little bit here so I can focus. But
can somebody get them a free T-shirt?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, here's the thing is, as soon as I looked them up, like, they were the most trending thing. So like, obviously this worked. And I will say that the tops or the bottoms are just as nice as the tops. I'll leave it at that.
All I seen was the other picture.
Yeah.
So I didn't even see this.
They've got a lot to market. Let's say that. They've got a lot.
Yeah, they do.
But as him, like, first of all, this guy's wife, she's watching this game just like, you better not fucking turn around one time. You better be focused. Your team's playing. You better be focused on that game, because other than not, you're sleeping on the goddamn couch tonight. And that's the hard thing with athletes.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
I know. And that's the thing is, like, in that world, it's just like they just come to you. Like the opportunities present themselves. And, you know,
that's true.
I'm not too proud to say that, you know, there's certain moments in which I feel like I'd have those, that weakness. I'd be like, all right, like, I'm willing to, yeah, sure, I'll talk to you after the game. Sure, we'll go out to have a drink, you know, like, it's hard. Like, when girls that hot are just throwing themselves at you, man. Like, it's difficult.
That's
such as life. And I think that's part of the other attraction of being an athlete is like that side of it. You pretty much don't have to do any work. Like, they're ready for you. Like, that's at least that's how I see it from here.
So we're ending today's show's Hump Day. We're ending with boobs. And we're looking forward to, that's tomorrow night, Game 6, boobs behind the Spurs bench. You know, there'll be some, like, dude now that will, like, literally give those chicks his tickets. They're not even going to have to pay for the tickets this time.
And that's the first thing I was going to wonder. I was like, what are the odds that they never even had to pay for those in the first place?
I don't know about the first time, but not this time. They're not paying.
They got some attention now.
They got some attention.
Yep.
That's it. And just as look, we live in an attention economy, and you either get it or you don't. And that's why we're here, is to just come together, chat about different things going on, and share with you. Hit that subscribe button. Much love. This is the Outlaw Apostle Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Neff. I'm the fucking guy.
Whoa! Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah. Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say, I got them picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitted.